Before Wemby played a single NBA game, Paul George went on his podcast and said the teenager from France would need time to adjust to the NBA. Reasonable take, right? Every elite rookie struggles early with the pace and physicality of the league. Then he actually played him, and almost immediately, he took it all back. The first thing PG pointed out wasn't the game highlights. He'd seen tall players before: Boban, Bol, Porzingis, Yao Ming. Every generation gets its giant. But something about Wemby felt unique, and driving goes deeper than shot blocking. Every offensive player reads the floor in real time. You see where the defender is, spot the opening, and attack, all in a split second. Against most players, if you beat them, the play is over. Against Wemby, it almost feels intentional. Sometimes he lets you think you got past him. You turn the corner, see daylight, take that final step to the rim, and then his arm appears out of nowhere and shuts the whole play down anyway. That's what makes him so hard to process. The amount of space he can cover doesn't match where his body looks like it should be, and somehow that same problem makes him just as dangerous on offense.
A perimeter like
this sounds. A 7'4" center standing at the three-point line, calling for lobs. His wingspan is listed at 8 feet. The NBA lane is 16 feet wide. That means he can practically cover half the paint without even moving his feet. It genuinely doesn't make sense until you see it happen in person. Just ask Steph Curry, who didn't hesitate to test himself. In their first matchup, Curry, listed at 6'2", voluntarily stepped up for the opening jump ball against Wembanyama. Nobody asked him to, he just did it. He'd already called Wemby a 2K character, someone who moves like a guard but is still like nothing the game has ever created. He knew exactly what he was getting into. Then he had to try and score on him. And if you're wondering what that actually felt like, here's what Curry had to say.
He makes you think there's options out there and there's ways to kind of counter it, but you just can't do the same thing you normally do. He blocked my shot on a floater, and the only thing you think he jumped, he just went like that and knocked it off the backboard. So it still catches you by surprise, the stuff that he does, just because of his stature out there. But that last play, I probably would have tried to lay it up had the first half. When I got my shot blocked, had not been in my memory, and kicked it out, relocated. Like I said, there's counters and stuff. You just have to be very mindful of where he is, because if you just try to go through him or over top him, it's going to lead to nothing, really.
Pause on that moment. Curry finished with 29 points that night. He was in rhythm, fully locked in, but that possession tells you something different. The greatest shooter in NBA history, a player defenses are literally designed to stop, drove into Wemby and still hesitated mid-play just to avoid the block. And if he has to change his mind at the rim, imagine what everyone else feels trying to finish there. There's also a number that explains it. In Wemby's rookie season, opponents shot 51.3% at the rim against him. That sounds decent until you realize the league average at the rim is 63.8%. That's a prominent gap, meaning the most efficient shot in basketball became worse than a mid-range jumper the moment Wemby stepped into the paint. That's actually the scariest version of a defender, one who doesn't have to block your shot to change what you do. Steph wasn't the only one who described that video game feeling when going up against Wemby. Bobby Portis, the heart of the Bucks, has built his career on relentless hustle, physicality, and toughness. But in his very first defensive possession against Wemby, none of it seemed to matter. He even admitted it himself. It felt like he was the low man in a situation he simply couldn't win.
My first defensive possession, he split a double team and throw it off the glass, and I'm low man. Like, I just let him go. He caught that mug and whoa. I said, nah, this dude crazy. The next possession, he blocked somebody's shot, wrapped the ball behind Dame, and dunked Brook. I don't know if y'all remember. I said, bro, this dude is crazy.
I do now.
I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like, what's up with Buddy, bro? I'm like, bro is playing a video game out here, bro.
I like that.
This is unreal.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I like him a lot, though, man.
And the reality is, he's not alone. Every player who's faced Wemby has run into the same issues. There's no real way to stop him. His rare combination of size, ball handling, and footwork makes every possession unpredictable, a nightmare matchup from start to finish. Portis actually made the right decision. He let the play go, and even that wasn't enough. Because with Wemby, even the correct read doesn't guarantee safety, which is why maybe the most accurate label anyone has given him came from LeBron James himself, an alien. LeBron has faced every #1 pick for over 2 decades. He's gone up against generations of superstar talent who changed the league in their own way. But when he faced the French phenom for the first time, his reaction was unlike anything else.
He's special, and he has an unbelievable coach that's going to make sure that he does things the right way, play the game the right way, and he's going to continue to develop. But he's already special, but he's going to continue to get better and better and better, each and every game, each and every year that he steps on this floor.
James wasn't hyping another rookie. He was reacting to something he really hadn't seen before. Because most defensive bigs operate in one zone. They protect the rim and wait for you there. Meanwhile, modern versatile bigs can switch onto guards, but they usually give up size or rim protection. Wemby does both at the same time. On one possession, he can step out and contain the ball at the three-point line, then recover back to the rim like he never left it. His first step covers ground so quickly that what should be 2 separate defensive roles becomes one continuous action. In transition, it's even worse. He's already at the rim before the defense has even finished organizing. There's no one version of him you can target. You don't get to pick your matchup. You have to deal with all of it all at once. And no defensive scheme in basketball is built for that. That's why people really mean it when they say alien. You've probably seen this clip. Joel Embiid walks past Wembanyama before tip-off. No interaction, he just slows down for a second to size him up. And in that brief moment, his expression completely shifts. It's that split-second realization. Everything he'd seen on film was real. That clip went viral for a reason, because of who it's coming from. Embiid is 7 feet tall and 280 pounds, one of the most skilled big men in NBA history, a player who developed a complete offensive game, post moves, face-up shooting, pull-up threes, and free throw creation. His whole identity is built on a simple truth: nobody his size should move like him, and nobody who moves like him should be his size. Until he stood next to a 7'4" rookie who somehow matched that same idea. And even after dropping a career-high 70 points that night, the 2023 MVP still had to acknowledge what he saw.
The big fella, he's amazing. He's great. In my opinion, he's up there as far as already the best players in the league. So, obviously, bright future.
Another player built to meet Wemby at his own level is none other than 3-time NBA blocks leader Anthony Davis. Davis is listed at 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. Very few players in NBA history combine his mobility, rim protection, and scoring versatility across all areas of the floor. It's a rare form of two-way dominance. But even he has faced real challenges dealing with Wembanyama since entering the league.
Who's the best player you've ever played against?
I'll give you one that's recent, Wemby. I remember playing him the first time in San Antonio, and we was going at it. I think he ended up having like 30, and I had like 40. Like, we was going at it. Like, literally, we was going at it.
Yeah.
And after the game, we were actually about to win. And I remember, I forgot who was sitting who was doing the broadcast, but I looked over there at them at the broadcast at the table, and I said, yeah, he liked that. I'm like, he really liked that. And then just like when they came, and then I actually broke my ankle and sat out the next game. It was a back-to-back in San Antonio. And then when they came to LA and played us, I think he had like San Antonio's first like 12 points or something. Like,
how tall is he? 7'6"?
Like 7'4" or 7'3" or some shit like that. Can handle, can shoot it. Like, and it's like once he like grows into his body and gets strong, like, it's gonna be a problem. And Chet like that too. Chet,
yeah,
he like
Chet,
that too. But like Wemby was just like, yeah. He like that.
That's fire, bro.
Also,
In those matchups, Davis has at times admitted there just isn't much you can do, even saying you're basically left praying Wemby misses. But what he's really getting at is more important than the quote itself, because on film, every coaching staff thinks they've found an answer, send smaller bodies at him early, use physicality to push him off his spots, and try to get him into foul trouble. On the whiteboard, it all works. The problem is actually executing it against a 7'4" player who moves like a guard, closes out like a wing, and never seems to get tired of contesting shots. And that's the exact gap even the most physically gifted big men keep running into, including the Greek freak himself. During their first matchup, Giannis Antetokounmpo finished with 44 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. His team won. By every metric, it was one of those dominant Giannis performances. But in the post-game press conference, he said this.
As he grew up watching you, idolizing you, what were your first impressions of him playing against him for the first time?
Man, he's special. He's going to be an extremely good player. Got to stay healthy. He plays the right way, plays to win. I don't know, I've never seen anything like him, 7'4", 7'5". I don't know how tall he is. He's not 7'3", he's way taller than 7'3". So whoever say he's 7'3", that's a lie. But like, at the end of the day, like, you haven't seen anything like that. You know, I haven't. Maybe you guys have seen. I don't think you guys have seen everything. So the sky is the limit, and as long as you work hard and you keep on having, you know, a positive attitude, energy towards the game, everything that he dreams of is going to happen for him. But like, I've seen him play. He played with my younger brother in Nashville to play together. So I went and watched a couple of games, and I've seen him compete. And even there, I knew he's going to be special. But now see him, you know, playing against NBA players and do the things that he's doing. It's pretty amazing.
When you were a teenager coming into the league like him, what are some of the things you had to go through and learn, and what got you to the point where you're
totally different situation. I don't think our position is even comparable. Like, I came to the league out of nowhere. You know, like, he's #1 pick. He's having a...
Play it again and look at his face, because what he's really reacting to isn't just height, it's how that height moves. In basketball, players of that size are usually limited by physics. Bigger frames come with more rotational resistance, meaning every change of direction costs more energy and takes more time. That's why traditional 7-footers are taught to stay vertical, protect the rim, and avoid excessive lateral movement. Wemby doesn't follow that rule. His shot creation off the dribble, the hesitations, sidesteps, and pull-up jumpers look like a 6'5" wing trapped in a 7'4" frame. On defense, his ability to drop into stance and explode laterally shouldn't be possible at his size, but it is. There's no clear explanation for it. Even science has referred to Wemby as a kind of biological anomaly, given his combination of height, length, and fluidity. As Giannis summed it up, the sky is the limit for Wembanyama. As long as he keeps working, there's no ceiling on what he can become. 3 seasons in, and this is where things stand. Unanimous Rookie of the Year, first player in history to record 200 blocks and 100 threes in a single season, youngest Defensive Player of the Year ever, and the first to win it unanimously. Wemby finished with career highs of 25 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 3.1 blocks on 51% shooting. And that's only the regular season. In the playoffs, he set the all-time record with 12 blocks in a single game, then followed it up with a 39-point, 15-rebound, 5-block performance in the next round, joining legends like Hakeem, Shaq, and Kareem as the only players in NBA history to ever post numbers like that in a playoff game. And somehow, he's only 22 years old. The scary part is he's still improving, and the conversation around him is only getting louder. At this point, it's starting to sound like the way people once talked about Michael Jordan.